Hi there. Can the person who's joined the Zoom and your name is listed as Nuggets? Can you tell me if your name and the company you're here representing? Just so you know, if you're speaking, I cannot hear you. It also looks like perhaps you're not connected to audio. So you might want to take a look at that and please let me know once you get that going. Otherwise, I'll check in a few more minutes. The person who's joined the Zoom in a phone number ending in 413, can you tell me your name and if you're here representing a company for the show cause hearing today? Uh, I,
Okay.
I heard something. Can you tell me your name and the company you're here to represent?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Sorry, I was trying to join the meeting that's supposed to happen at 12 PUC hearing.
Yeah, I understand. Can you tell me your name and the company you're here on behalf of?
The name is Ahmed Ahmed. The last name is Warsame Warsame, and the company I'm here for is Widle Widle at LLC.
Whittle LLC?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I will rename you in the Zoom, so we'll see that it's your name. Do you have any documents you're looking to present today? I will say you'll have a chance to speak to the judge and explain anything you'd like to explain, but my question for now is just, do you have any documents you'd like to present?
I don't have documents. I just received email regarding the hearing about the PUC termination about
Okay.
my number, and I just
No, I
wanted
understand.
to
You're in the right place.
yes.
Nope, you're okay. You're in the right place. So what I'll say
Okay.
is, the hearing is going to start at 12 o'clock. So you'll get a chance to speak to the judge and get a little more information when the hearing starts. For now, I'm going
Okay.
to rename you with your name and your company name, so you're a little more easily identifiable just on the Zoom screen. And
Okay. Thank you.
please stay muted until it's your turn to speak, just so we don't get background noise. Since you've joined by phone, the
Okay.
way you can mute and unmute is by dialing *6.
Star six. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Star. Let me do it now.
The person who's joined the Zoom with the name Nuggets, just so you know, I'm still seeing, I don't think that you're connected to audio, but if you can hear me and you're able to speak, please do and let me know what your name is and who you're here on behalf of today.
Hi, is this still me, the company that I refer as Whittle, or are you talking to somebody else?
No, I've got you, Mr. Warsam. I'm speaking to someone else who's joined the Zoom, unless you've joined twice. But if you haven't, I've got you and you're okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I see a person has joined the Zoom with the phone number ending in 719. If you could unmute and tell me your name and the company you're here on behalf of. The way to unmute on a phone is by dialing *6. Hi again. I have not heard a response from the person who's joined the Zoom with a phone number ending in 719. In case you didn't hear me, if you are the person who's joined with a phone number ending in 719, if you can please unmute by dialing *6 and give me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of today.
Hi, my name is Govinda Keshi. My company name is Rapti LLC.
Give me just a second, sir.
Sure.
Did you say your first name was Govinda?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I will rename you in the Zoom so we will know who you are and who you're here on behalf of. The hearing will start at 12 o'clock and you'll have a chance to speak to the judge and get a little more information about going forward. But before we do that, I wanted to know if you have any documents that you wanted to present.
Right now, I don't have anything document, ma'am, because my insurance already I had to cancel it.
No,
so
hang
right
on.
now,
Sorry. You'll have a chance to explain to the judge anything you want to say. That's fine. I just needed to know if you had documents you wanted to present because there's an extra process we have to go through. If you don't, that's okay. You'll be able to speak to the judge and explain anything you want to explain once the hearing starts.
Okay, right now I don't have any other document.
Okay, perfect. One last thing, if you can stay muted until it's your turn to speak, just so we don't get any background noise, in the background while other people are speaking. Again, the way to do that is by dialing *6 to mute and unmute.
Okay.
Hi there. I see that someone has joined the Zoom with a phone number ending in 584. If that's you, can you please unmute by dialing *6 and tell me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of today? The person whose number ending in 584, you were unmuted for a second, but then you muted again. So if you can just dial *6 and then tell me your name and the name of the company you're here for. Yep, you're unmuted now. Can you tell me your name?
Name Mahad Ali.
What's the name of the company you're here representing today?
Quincy Lima LLC.
Can you say that one more time?
Quincy Lima LLC. You hear me?
Yes, I heard you. I'm trying to find you. Can you spell it for me? The company name, sorry. The company name.
QUINCY Quincy Lima LLC. You got it?
Yeah, hang on just a second. Quincy LLC. And you said your name was
Yes.
Mr. Ali
Mahad.
Mahad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will rename you on the Zoom so you're a little more easily identifiable. We'll know who's speaking. The only other thing is that you'll be able to speak to the judge and share any information you want to once the hearing starts at 12 o'clock. My question for you before that is if you have any documents you want to share. You'll be able to tell the judge any information you want. I just need to know if you are going to want to present documents.
Okay.
Do you have any documents you want to present?
Yes.
Okay. If you have documents you want to present, I'm going to need an email address to send you information about how to upload them to our box.com services. I think you'll need a computer to be able to do that. Is that going to be okay?
What kind of community are you talking about?
It's up to you. If you have any documents you want to present, it's nothing I'm asking for.
Okay.
So do you have anything you'd like to present?
I have sending me the letter, so I don't know. They say they're heading today, so that's why I'm coming to.
Okay. So it sounds like you don't have anything specifically that you want to show at this time. You're just here because you got the letter. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll get a chance to speak with the judge and get a little more information once the hearing starts at 12 o'clock. So in the interim, I'll rename you. If you could please just keep yourself muted until it's your turn to speak, just so there's not background noise when other people are speaking. Again, the way to do that is by dialing *6.
Okay, now I do *6, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. This is me back again, and Mr. Wasame. I just wanted to ask you if you could send me the email. I have some documents to show the judge or present at the hearing.
Sure. Just so you know, you will need a computer. I don't believe you can do it via a cell phone, just so you know. It's an application that you'll have to download and upload the documents to.
And what's the name of the app station?
It'll be called box.com. You'll get an email with instructions, but can I have your email address, please?
Yes, it's ASP as Paul.
Sorry, hang on. ASP.
IATOR@gmail. It's A as Alpha, S for Sandy, P for Paul, I for India, A for Alpha, T for Tango, O for Orange, and R for Rio.
ASP IATOR, and then at what?
Gmail.com.
Gmail?
Yes, gmail.com.
Okay. I will get you the information shortly. Be on the
Thank
lookout
you so much.
for an email from me there.
Okay, thank you so much. I will mute myself right now. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Warsame, you should have received an email from box.com and then a second email from me with instructions. The person who's joined the Zoom with a phone number ending in 852, if you could please unmute by dialing *6 and please give me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of today.
Oh, my name is Daniel. And what else do you need from me? Sorry.
The name of your company that you're here on behalf of?
Uphill Limousine Services, UC number LL03932.
Can you say that one more time, the company name? Something limousine service, I heard.
Uphill Limousine Services.
Okay, give me just a second. Is your name's Daniel, is your last name I don't know how to say it, but Brhanykun?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna rename you on the Zoom, just so we're a little more easily identifiable, just not by your phone number. You'll get a chance to speak to the judge and share any information you want to share, and you'll get a little more information when it begins as well. Do you have any documents you're wanting to present today?
Okay, so the documents that I have is I've been shopping around for insurance, so I have a quote that I just got yesterday. That's all I have, but I'm still shop around.
Okay, so again, it's up to you if you have documents that you want to show. It's your choice. I just need to know because I'll have to send you some emails about the process to be able to share those.
That's all I have. Yes, yeah, you can send me the email.
Okay. You'll need to, I don't think you can do it on a cell phone. I think you need to use a computer of some kind, just so you know. Can you please give me your email address?
It's uphilllimo@gmail.com.
Just spelled normal way, UPHILLLIMO
Yes.
at Gmail, right?
Yes.
Okay. You'll be on the lookout for 2 emails, one from box.com and one from me. My name is Casey Federico with the instructions.
Okay.
Oh, and while we're waiting before the hearing can start, and if you could just remain muted when you're not speaking, just so we don't get background noise, the way you can mute and unmute is by dialing *6.
Okay, so how do I mute it? Like, can I just mute it?
Just dial *6.
*6?
Correct, *6.
Okay, *6 to mute it, *6 to unmute it, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, Daniel, you should have received an email from Box.com and an email from me with instructions.
Yes, I just received an email. Thank you.
Thanks. There's another person who's joined the Zoom. The name on the Zoom is SK Jurseth. Can that person unmute and tell me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of?
Hi, I'm here for biodiesel for Bands Planetary Transport Company, and Eric Schurseth is my name.
Can you say the company name one more time?
Planetary Transport Company.
Planetary. Okay, biodiesel for Bands DBA Planetary. Okay, I see you. Do you have any documents you're wanting to present today? You'll get an opportunity to speak to the judge and share whatever information you want. I just need to know if you have any documents you would like to present during the hearing.
I filed a petition or application to temporarily suspend last night.
Okay. So
that's all I have.
Okay. I don't. Well, why don't we? I'll get your email. Or unless Miss Hayden wants to chime in. She's muted. She just popped on, but she's muted. If she had something she wanted to say. I guess not. Okay. It's up to you. If you'd like to present that during the hearing, you can. It's up to you. I just need to know if you are wanting to present it, because there's a kind of a process we have to go through uploading the document. So I have to give you access to an application and send you email instructions.
Oh, yeah. I can submit that. I guess the app that I put it in last night to the docu file on the PUC website.
Okay. Can I have your email address?
Yeah, it's Eric at planetarytransportcompany.com.
ERIC, right?
Correct.
And company is spelled out or CO?
It is spelled out, yes.
Okay. You'll get two emails, one from Box.com and one from me. My name is Casey Federico, so just give me a second.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is Judge Hahn. I am on the call. I will wait a little bit before we get going then so that Casey has a chance to upload any documents. Before we get going then, I assume, Casey, you've checked with everybody else. Is there any other documents that need to be uploaded before we get going?
Sorry, multitasking. There were two
No worries.
individuals, Mr. Warsame and I'm sorry, Daniel, I can't say your last name. The gentleman from Uphill Limousine, they both asked me to send them links as well. I've done that. I haven't gotten a chance to look to see if they've uploaded anything yet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Casey. Let me know when you're ready for me to get going.
Perfect. I just have to send this to Mr. I'm sorry, for Biodiesel Planetary Transport. I'm sorry, the last names are hard for me today, but I'll be ready in just a minute.
No worries. Thank you. And I hope, Ms. Hayden, that's okay with you, and Ms. Riley, that's okay with you. We're just going to give them a moment to get things uploaded. I think it'll run smoother in the end if we get that done first. So we'll just get going in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, Harriet, I saw you're on the call. Are you ready to go too?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. We'll call it in just a little bit as soon as Casey's ready. I think that will help us in the end. Before we get going, it looks like, okay, good. Everybody who's present has their name and their affiliation put in with their images. So that helps a lot. When I looked earlier, there was a phone number and stuff. So I was going to ask anybody who hadn't already done so to take a moment and change their identification so that it indicates their first, last name, and the company you're here with. And it looks like everybody already has that done. So that's great too. Okay.
Okay, I have sent Box.com folders and emails to everyone who indicated that they wanted them. I did just at this moment get a email that Biodiesel for Bands has accepted my invitation to Box. I have not gotten those emails from Uphill Limousine or from Whittle LLC, and I don't see any documents uploaded yet, but I have sent out all the emails.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Casey. Let me just state for the record, well, not for the record, just to state, if there are any respondents out there on this call, and there are quite a few of you today, who are interested in having documents admitted into evidence today, you do need to use the PUC's Box.com system. I understand Casey has sent emails to those who have expressed interest. So if you haven't already, please look in your email folders for the invitation to the Box.com website and upload any documents that you are interested in having admitted into evidence. That is otherwise we won't be able to see them and we won't be able to review them, and they will not be able to be made part of the record. So, okay, with that, Harriet, you said you're ready to go. Let's get rolling. Unless, Casey, you want me to take in, are you good to go? Can I get rolling?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now, it is 12:07 on Wednesday, November 8th. Let's go ahead and get this hearing rolling. I'm going to call proceeding number 23C-0513-INS. This is the Commission's biweekly insurance show cause proceeding set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. My name is Alenka Hahn, and I am the administrative law judge assigned to this case. Consistent with Commission practice, we are webcasting both the audio and the video of this hearing. We are also recording the hearing and have a court reporter taking down everything that's being said. To avoid background noise, please keep your microphones muted until it is your turn to speak. When it is your turn, please speak loudly and clearly, and do not talk over each other so that we can get a nice, clean, good record. All right, to get rolling, let's have appearances, please. If I could first have appearance from counsel for the Commission, please go ahead.
Your Honor, my name is Jennifer Hayden with the Colorado Department of Law, appearing on behalf of PUC staff. With me is Marquita Riley.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden, and welcome, Ms. Riley. All right, we do have a number of respondents on the case, attending the hearing today. I am going to try calling you in the order that you're appearing on my screen so that I don't forget anybody. If there's somebody who's there whose name I don't call in the end, please speak up at that time. But for now, let's go in the order that I see you. I first see Eric Scarseth from biodiesel for, I don't know what it, biodiesel for, it's cut off on my screen.
Biodiesel for Bands Planetary
Biodiesel.
Transport Company.
Okay, if you could go ahead and state your name, your affiliation, and spell your first and last names for the record. Go ahead.
Eric Schurseth, ERICSKJERSETH, and I am the owner of Biodiesel for Bands, doing business
Biodiesel.
as Planetary Transport Company.
Great. Could you pronounce your last name one more time for me?
Sure, Seth, like the K and the J are an H.
Seth? Okay.
Sure, Seth, yes.
Sure, Seth. Okay. I'm going to give myself a phonetic on that. Sure, Seth. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sure, Seth. Appreciate it. Okay. Next on my screen, I have Daniel Berhankun with Uphill Limo. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing your name. If you'd go ahead and state your name, spell both your first and last name and indicate with whom you are affiliated.
My name is Daniel Berhankun. It's spelled as DANIEL BRHANYKUN. And I'm with Uphill. I'm the owner of Uphill Limousine Services.
Okay. Berhankun, am I saying that right?
Oh, wow, you said it right. Yes.
Oh, excellent. All right. Thank you, Mr. Berhankun. Let's see. Next up, I've got Mahad Haji Ali with Quincy Limo. If you could go ahead and state your name, spell your first and last name, and indicate with whom you are affiliated.
Yeah, my name is Mahad Ali. I'm owner for Quincy Limo LLC.
Could you spell your name too, please, Mr. Ali?
Mahad, Mahad, and last name Ali, Ali. I'm owner on Quincy Limo LLC.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Ali. Okay.
Welcome.
Next I have, oops. I had there was a Govinda, last name was just KC, but she seems to have dropped off. Does that look like right to everybody? Does anyone else see her name now?
No, he's still there, Judge. I think their order moves around once people started muting and speaking. I still show Govinda on the call.
Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, never mind. Okay. Govinda, would you please go ahead and identify yourself, spell your name, your first and last names, and indicate with whom you're affiliated? Govinda with Rapti. And I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing your last name because I am uncertain how to pronounce it. So if you could go ahead and identify yourself, spell your first and last name, and indicate with whom you're affiliated. Govinda with Rapti.
And Judge, I was just going to remind everyone who's joined us by phone to unmute, you need to dial *6.
Thank you, Casey. Again, if you're calling in on a phone, you need to dial *6 in order to unmute and be able to speak. And okay, Govinda, are you there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, go ahead and identify yourself, please, and indicate with whom you're here, who you're representing.
Okay. So my name is Govinda Keshi, and my company name is, I'm the owner of the Rapti LLC.
Okay. Can you spell your first and last names for the record too, please?
Yeah, my first name is Govinda, G as in Georgia, O as in Orange, B as in Victor, I as in India, N as in Nasty, D as in Dog, A as in Apple. And then last name is K as in Kilo, C as in Cat.
And it's pronounced KC, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. KC.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Next up, I have Ahmed Warsame. And please indicate to me the proper way to pronounce it.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Ahmed Warsame, and I'm the owner of Whittle LLC. And the spelling of my first name is Ahmed, and the last name is Warsame, Warsame.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Warsame. Got it. Next up, I have Sujit Basnet with Royal Transport LLC. If you could please identify yourself, spell your first and last names, and indicate with whom who you are representing at this hearing. Mr. Basnet. Mr. Basnet, can you hear me? Royal Transport LLC.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my first name is Sujit and last name is Basnet, and I'm the owner of Royal Transport LLC.
Mr. Basnet, can you spell your first and last name for the record as well, please?
My first name is Sujit, Sujit, and last name Basnet, Basnet.
Thank you, Mr. Basnet. Okay, and last up, I've got Lalit Rai with LR Limo. Go ahead, Mr. Rai. Or Ms. Rai.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. You're cutting out a little bit. Go ahead, try again.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Lalit Rai. It's Lalit. Last name is Rai, and I'm the owner of LR Limo LLC.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Rai. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 respondents on the call today. So I'm going to go over some, in a little bit, procedures for how we're going to have the hearing proceed today so that everybody knows what to expect and how we're going to move forward. All right. Now that everyone has entered their appearances, Ms. Hayden, let me ask you, are you still seeking to revoke the permits for all the respondents who have appeared here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so no one has been dismissed. Thank you so much. Okay. I do want to go through and ask all the respondents about the size of their corporation to make sure that they are all able to represent the entities that they are here on behalf of today. So let me go through those one by one. Mr. Basnet, you are with Royal Transport LLC. Can you tell me how many people own your company? Mr. Basnet? Go ahead, Mr. Basnet. How many people own your company?
Just me.
So you're the sole owner. Okay. And so is your title owner of the company?
Yes.
Okay. As the sole owner, you are able to represent Royal Transport LLC in this proceeding. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Basnet. We will proceed with you as representing Royal Transport LLC. Okay, next up, Mr. Warsame. You are with, I believe you said Whittle LLC. Can you tell me how many people own your company?
Your Honor, just one.
Are you the owner?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you are the sole owner of Whittle LLC, and it is your desire to proceed representing Whittle LLC in this proceeding?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, well, you may do so as well, being the sole owner. Mr. Rai with LR Limo LLC, same questions for you. How many owners are there of LR Limo LLC?
Just me?
Just you. You are the sole owner, and you wish to represent LR Limo LLC in this proceeding today?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Based on that information, I find that you may do so as well. Okay, Mr. Sherseth, with Planetary Transport Company. How many owners are there of Planetary Transport Company?
Just me.
You are the sole owner as well? Okay,
Correct.
and it is your desire to represent Planetary Transport Company in this proceeding?
Yes.
Okay. I find that you may do so as well as the sole owner. Mr. Ali with Quincy Limo. How many owners are there of your company?
Just me.
You are the sole owner of Quincy Limo, that's correct?
Yes.
Okay. As with the others, as the sole owner, you may proceed to represent Quincy Limo if you so desire. Is that your wish?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ali. Mr. KC with Rapti. Same question for you. How many owners are there of Rapti?
Just me.
Just you as well. Okay. As the sole owner, then, you may proceed to represent Rapti if that is your desire. Is that what you wish?
Yes.
Okay. And finally, Mr. Barhanikun with Uphill Limo. Mr. Barhanikun, is it your desire? How many owners are there of Uphill Limo? Are you still there, Mr. Barhanikun? I see you on the screen. Uphill Limo, I need to know whether how many owners there are of Uphill Limo. Mr. Barhanikun, you are muted. Can you unmute and answer the questions, please? If you don't, then you won't be able to proceed representing Uphill Limo. Daniel, are you there? All right, well, I'm not getting any response. So we'll proceed. And if Mr. Barhanikun decides to join us and wants to proceed later, he will have to answer those questions before we are able to continue. Okay, since we have that settled, let me explain how these hearings are going to work. First, since staff filed the complaint, staff has the burden to prove that the allegations in the complaints are true. This means that commission staff, which is Ms. Hayden representing them and Ms. Riley, will present evidence first. This usually comes in the form of witness testimony and documents that they present as exhibits. Each of the respondents will have an opportunity to ask staff's witness questions during the hearing, and if staff asks for documents to be admitted into evidence, I will give each of you the opportunity to object to that evidence. You can object if there is a legal reason that you believe I cannot consider the documents as evidence in the case. All right, once staff has presented its evidence, it will be the respondent's turn to present their evidence. Each respondent can testify if they would so like, and may also present documents if you'd like me to consider the documents in deciding the case against each of the respondents. So let me ask each of the respondents present if each of you wishes to testify today. Mr. Basnet, is it your intention to testify?
Yes.
Mr. Basnet, okay, thank you. I saw Mr. Barhanikun, you've unmuted. Can we run through and can you tell me whether Uphill Limousine, I'm sorry, how many owners are there of Uphill Limousine?
It's just me. I'm sorry. I was trying to unmute it so many times. It won't work.
I understand everybody has some issues with these systems are very helpful in many, many ways, but they're not foolproof and things do happen. So thank you for unmuting. So you are the only owner of Uphill Limousine, and it is your desire then to represent Uphill Limousine in this proceeding today?
Yes.
Okay, great. We will proceed. And while I have you on the call and you are unmuted, is it your desire to present testimony today?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I
Mr.
was trying to. I just received the email. I was trying to upload the stuff, the quote. I just received a quote from a different insurance company, so I was trying to submit that, but I couldn't. I don't know how to use that the box.com or something.
I
So
believe
I'm having hard
you're having
time using that.
I believe you.
Do I have to create an account?
Actually, I'm not certain. Casey, does he have to create an account? I thought you just upload it. You accept the invitation, upload the documents to the file.
Yeah, I believe that's you should have gotten an email from box.com that's inviting you to your folder, and then you should have gotten a second email from me that's asking you to like explaining what you need to do and how you need to do it. I do believe, yes, you need to sign up for a free account.
I only received one email from Federico, something like that.
That's
Yep, that was from me.
I never. That's the only email that I received.
I'll send your invitation to the folder one more time.
Okay.
Thank you,
so
Casey.
I can come back. Then okay, cool.
Okay, let's proceed while Mr. Bahanikan works on that. Okay, Mr. Warsami, did you want to testify today on behalf of Whittle LLC?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rai, did you want to testify today on behalf of LR Limo? Mr.
Yes.
Rai, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, and you do wish to testify today?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sherseth, do you wish to testify on behalf of Planetary Transport Company or Biodiesel for Vans?
Yes, I do.
Great. Mr. Ali, same question to you. Do you wish to testify on behalf of Quincy Limo?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And finally, Mr. KC. Oh, yes. Do you wish to testify on behalf of Rapti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. So all the respondents wish to testify. You will all be given an opportunity to do so. Okay. We've already discussed whether any of you wanted to submit evidence and documents, and we are working on that. So hopefully those will be ready to go when the time comes. Okay. And it is my understanding, based on the record, that commission staff emailed all the exhibits it plans to present to the email addresses on file for all of the respondents. So if you have not already, you should check your email to see if you have the commission's exhibits. Having them in your possession will make it easier for you to follow along when the exhibits are presented. If you do not have your email, you will be able to see the exhibits as they are presented on the screen. When we go through them, they will be pulled up and screen shared, so you can see them that way. All right. Before I proceed further, did any of the respondents have any questions about how we're going to proceed today? No? Okay. And we'll go over the procedures again if we need to, but all right. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Hayden. Are you ready to present evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, and one preliminary matter and an effort to correct the record. The Department of Law will not be proceeding against Aspire Tours.
Okay.
They have, and I anticipate Ms. Riley testifying to the same. Their form has been filed. Nor is the department moving forward on Cushion Canvases, LLC, doing business as the Cannabis Experience. They have also filed for me.
Okay, so those two will be dismissed. Got it.
Can you please repeat the names?
She indicated that the commission will not be proceeding and will be dismissing the cases against Aspire Tours LLC and a company called the Cannabis Experience, operated by Cush and Canvases LLC. Both of those entities have now filed the proper forms with the commission, and the cases against them are being dismissed. But none of the respondents who are appearing here today fall under those two. So I should tell you, just so everybody understands, the commission has a very long list today, 8 pages long with 45 different entities. The 7 here are just 7 of the 45 on that list, and the 2 Ms. Hayden just identified are 2 of the others on the list. So a very long list, and the 2 that are being dismissed are not present as appearing as respondents here today. Okay. Anything else, Ms. Hayden? Are you ready to go?
Ready to go, Your Honor.
Great. Okay. Go ahead and call your first witness, please.
Your Honor, staff calls Marquita Riley to the stand.
Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Thank you for being so patient. If you'll go ahead and raise your right hand with me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this case will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead. Your witness, Ms. Hayden.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
What is your job title?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
And what is your role in this proceeding?
I help to review the commission records with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
And do the commission's statutes and the rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes.
Can you tell us which statutes or rules require motor carriers to have evidence of financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, require that motor carriers file and maintain evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
And what needs to be provided to the commission to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, motor carriers must electronically file forms. An example will be such as a Form E as evidence of financial responsibility.
And how long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Per our Rule 6008, requires that each insurance company gives the commission a 30 days advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
What is the next step when you receive a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
We use the commission's Operate database to compile a list of motor carriers that we received advance written notice that their insurance was being canceled.
Let's see. Were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes.
And can we please take a look at what has been previously marked as hearing exhibit 1? Thank you. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Who prepared this list?
Commission staff did.
How is it prepared?
We used the commission's Operate database to compile this list.
And when did staff prepare this list?
On October 20th, 2023.
Can you describe where the date appears on exhibit 1?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Thank you. Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in exhibit 1 as part of the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
And is it the practice of the commission to maintain documents like exhibit 1 as part of its business record in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Can we go ahead and scroll through each of these pages in an effort to complete the record?
And just so the record is complete, let me indicate that it is a 16-page document. So Exhibit 1 comprises 16 pages.
Thank you, Your Honor. Having scrolled through those 16 pages, staff moves to admit Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. To our respondents, you each have now an opportunity to object to the admission of hearing exhibit 1. I'm going to run down my list and ask each of you whether you have any objections. Mr. Basnet, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 1?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Warsame, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 1, the 16-page thing? No, I'm sorry.
No, Your Honor.
Thank
No,
you.
Your Honor.
Mr. Rai?
No. Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Sherseth, do you have any objections?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Ali, do you have any objections?
No.
Thank you. Mr. KC, do you have any objections?
No.
Okay, and finally, Mr. Barhanyukin, any objections? I hope you're not having trouble unmuting again, but
No. Sorry. No.
perfect. Okay, thank you. Since none of the respondents had any objections, hearing exhibit 1 will be admitted into evidence. Proceed, Ms. Hayden. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, based on this list, what action did the commission take?
The commission sent a letter to each respondent.
I'd like you to turn your attention to what has been marked as hearing exhibit 2. Ms. Riley, what are these documents?
These are copies of the letter sent to each respondent on today's updated list.
And what does the information in these letters tell the respondents?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority may be suspended as of the date the insurance coverage expires unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises each respondent that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On October 20th, 2023.
Is it the practice of the commission to create letters like these in the regular course of its business activity?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, let the record reflect. There are 46 pages. I respectfully request to scroll through those.
Yes, that's fine, Ms. Hayden. Yes. And just to be clear, so the record is clear and so the respondents understand what we're looking at, these are the letters that were sent by commission staff, and there is a different letter addressed to each of the respondents who still have a case pending against them. Very long list. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Federico, for scrolling through all 46 pages of hearing Exhibit 2. Go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 2 into evidence.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Okay, as we did before, I'm going to ask each of the respondents whether you have any objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2. Mr. Basnet, any objections?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Warsame, any objections?
No objections.
Thank you, Mr. Warsame. Mr. Rai, do you have any objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Sherseth, any objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2?
No.
Thank you. Once you're done, please mute yourself again so that we don't get background noise. Mr. Ali, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2?
No.
Thank you. Mr. KC, any objections?
No.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Barhanikan, any objections?
No.
Thank you. Okay, there being no objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2, hearing Exhibit 2 will be admitted into evidence.
Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes, per Rule 6006 requires that motor carriers file and maintain a designated agent.
Were these notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents provided to the commission?
Yes.
How did the commission serve these letters?
The commission sent the letters through first-class postal mail.
Let's turn to what has been previously marked as hearing Exhibit 3. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the attachment sent with each notice letter in Exhibit 2. The attachment provides information on the electronic hearing and instructions on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
And when was this attachment sent to the respondents?
The attachment was sent with each notice letter in Exhibit 2 on October 20th, 2023.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes.
Did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing Exhibit 3.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. And again, let's run through respondents' objections, if any. Mr. Basnet, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 3, which is the attachment which was provided with the letters that were sent to respondents?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Basnet. Mr. Warsame, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Rai, any objections?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Sherseth, any objections?
No.
Mr. Ali, any objections?
No.
Mr. KC, any objections?
No.
Okay, and finally, Mr. Barhanikan, any objections?
No.
Okay, thank you. All the respondents have indicated, and none of them have any objections. So hearing Exhibit 3 will also be admitted into evidence.
Now let's talk about what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 4. Ms. Riley, can you please describe this document?
This is the certificate of service for each notice letter and the attachment sent to the respondents.
Ms. Riley, can I just interrupt if you want? There's somebody who's unmuted and we're getting a lot of background noise. I think, Mr. Casey, it might be you. If you could please go ahead and ensure that you're muted. It makes it very difficult for us to hear and it makes it hard for the reporter to take everything down. Thank you, that's better. So in any respect, just make sure you're muted until it's your turn to speak. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Riley. I apologize for interrupting.
I'm sorry, would you like for me to repeat myself?
Yes, please.
Sure. So this is the certificate of service for each notice letter and attachment sent to each respondent.
And did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 4.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Okay, respondents, I need to run through the list again. Does anyone have any objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 4? Mr. Basnet?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Warsame, any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 4, the certificate of service?
No.
Mr. Rai, any objections?
No.
Mr. Sherseth, any objections?
No.
Mr. Ali, any objections?
No.
Mr. Casey, any objections?
No.
And finally, Mr. Bahanikan, any objections?
No.
Thank you to the respondents. There being no objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 4, hearing Exhibit 4 will be admitted into evidence. Go ahead, Ms. Hayden. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. The language on the certificate states, whose name and addresses appear below, and below that it states, see hearing cycle listing. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing in Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Excuse me. Let's return to hearing Exhibit 2, which is the notice letter. The letter informs the respondent about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens?
Then we do not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
And did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
Can we please take a look at what has previously been marked as Exhibit 5? Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still have yet to receive proof of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described in hearing Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Who created this document?
Commission staff did.
When was it created?
Yesterday, November 7th, 2023.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing in Exhibit 5 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves for the admission of Exhibit 5.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Okay. Respondents, are there any objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 5, which is the updated hearing cycle listing that was prepared yesterday by commission staff? Mr. Basnet, any objections?
No.
Mr. Warsame, any objections?
No objection.
Thank you. Mr. Rai, any objections?
No.
Mr. Sherseth, any objections?
No.
Mr. Ali, any objections?
No.
Mr. Casey, any objections?
No.
And finally, Mr. Bahanikan, any objections?
No.
Okay, thank you, respondents. There being no objections to the admission of hearing Exhibit 5, hearing Exhibit 5 will be admitted into evidence.
Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all motor carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
Yes.
Do the addresses listed in hearing Exhibit 5 match the carriers' addresses in hearing Exhibit 2?
Yes.
When was the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning, November 8th, 2023.
Are you aware of any pending applications affecting a common and contract carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
Yes, we do have one biodiesel for bands doing business as Planetary Transport Company, PUC number 55907. We received a suspension application this morning.
Thank you. Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
Yes, we do have 2 dismissals for today. Cushion Canvases LLC doing business as the Cannabis Experience, PUC number 55971. Insurance has been updated for them. And Aspire Tours LLC, PUC number 55865. Insurance has also been updated for them as well.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Are you aware of any letters returned to the commission?
Yes, we did have multiple letters returned for this proceeding. We had one for Colorado Jeep and Off-Road Tours, Inc. That letter was remailed out. That respondent has been dismissed from the updated hearing cycle listing. We had Mile High Luxury Transportation. That was also remailed out to another address on file. They are still on the updated list. We have West Vale Shell. That return mail was also remailed out to another address that we have on file. They are still on the updated list as well. And we had Sika Transportation. We did not have an updated address for that one, so we could not remail that one out again, but they are also still on the list as well.
Thank you. And so part of the actions that you took, were you able to verify the addresses matched the system?
Yes.
Okay. And then it sounds like you did make efforts to notice the carrier in another manner if they had a different address. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. When does the decision made after this hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are being filed.
What happens if a carrier provides proper proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order of the commission?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that particular respondent.
And what is staff's recommendation today?
Staff recommends that their certificate of permit numbers listed on Hearing Exhibit 5 be revoked due to lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for Cushion Canvases LLC, doing business as a Cannabis Experience, and Aspire Tours LLC.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Ms. Riley, if I could just clarify one thing. You had indicated that you received an application for suspension from biodiesel for bans this morning. Are you going to proceed against them as well, or are you dismissing that complaint?
We will still need to proceed against them because we just got that suspension as of today.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. Okay, great. All right. Ms. Hayden, does that conclude the commission's presentation of its case?
Yes, Your Honor, staff rests.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. All right, respondents, let me explain what's going to happen next. You each have an opportunity to ask Ms. Riley questions based on any questions you may have based on what you heard Ms. Hayden converse with Ms. Riley about. You will also each have an opportunity to present your own case and make your own statement and also present your own evidence. That is not the time just yet. That will come after anyone has asked questions of Ms. Riley. So I'm going to run down the list, and if anyone has questions of Ms. Riley, now is your opportunity to ask those questions. And as I said, please rest assured you will also be given an opportunity to present your case in chief, but that's not just yet. Right now, it's just questions from Ms. Riley. Okay. Mr. Besnet, do you have any questions you want to ask Ms. Riley?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to ask questions if you don't have any. Mr. Warsame, do you have any questions you would like to ask Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. You may do so now.
I would like to ask the commissioner if this is pertaining to the only those people that has commercial insurance, or she's just generally talking about insurance because in the papers it says insurance. So I haven't been operating as a limo driver lately, and I do have a full coverage in my car, and I didn't know that I have to file a petition to cancel my PUC. I just received this letter a few days ago in my email, so I just wanted to see what's the procedure to follow, and is this pertaining to commercial insurance or just as a overall as the law is pertaining?
Okay. Ms. Riley, do you understand the question?
I think so. So we will need to have the Form E commercial insurance filed electronically online through the commission's website.
Again, if somebody is not speaking right now and is unmuted, please mute so that Ms. Riley can be heard. Thank you. Ms. Riley, I apologize. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'll repeat myself. So we will need to have the Form E commercial insurance filed electronically online through the commission website from the insurance company.
Okay. Mr. Warsame, does that answer your question? Do you understand what needs to happen?
Yes, Your Honor, I did understand that, but there's some people that might not be informed through email or a home address. So regarding those people, I just find out this yesterday. I did not have time to prepare that, and as I haven't been operating as a limo driver, what's going to happen to me? I do have a full coverage as the state requires for me to have it.
Okay. Ms. Riley, can you answer that question?
So if I'm understanding correctly, was it an issue with the address with the insurance company and the address with the commission? Am I understanding that correctly?
That's correct. That's correct. I did change my address and I moved to new address. I haven't updated that to the PUC since I haven't been really contacting the PUC. And I'm not operating as a limo driver recently, so I do have a full coverage. What do I have to do now? Do I still have to be fined, or what's the procedure to cancel my PUC number?
Okay, so that's two different questions right there. So the first one is, we do have an updated information form on our website so that you can update your address with the commission so that we can have the correct address on file so that your insurance company can file that insurance. We also have a cancellation form if you also so choose to cancel your permit. We have that on our website as well. And after the hearing, I'm more than welcome to email you both of those forms so that we can either cancel your permit if you so choose to, or update your address so that we can get the proper insurance on file with you so that you can stay in an active status.
Okay, that has answered my question. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Riley. I appreciate your patience in answering Mr. Warsame's questions. Mr. Warsame, did you have any other questions for Ms. Riley?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Rai, your turn. Do you have any questions for Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Now's your opportunity to ask Ms. Riley questions.
I have a concern about my insurance is expiring November 3 from the State Farm, and I did the another insurance company from the valid from on the November 2, but they didn't release the e-form, and they sent me the email confirmation. They are not doing the exact the commercial insurance. So I'm still looking for the the another insurance. So do we get the time frame for the PUC?
Yes, sir. So as stated previously, that you do have 20 days after the judge issues their decision to get that insurance updated in our system.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. That's all my concern.
Okay, Mr. Rai, you indicated you have no other questions? Okay, let me move on then to Mr. Sherseth. Do you have any questions for Ms. Riley?
Hi, just one.
Go ahead.
So I have 20 days for the commission to rule on the suspension application, the temporary. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not in jeopardy of losing my permit. Because I'm shut down and have been since.
Okay, so with yours, since yours is a CPCN certificate number, we did get your suspension application this morning, and that was given a proceeding number. That still has to be heard before our commissioners, and then you will receive a decision after that weekly meeting granting your suspension.
Okay.
So we have to just wait for yours because it is a certificate number, the CPCN permit, that has to be heard at one of our weekly meetings. And if you would like to email me or call me after the hearing, I can give you the date on which it'll be heard before our commissioners.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Riley. Mr. Sherseth, do you have any other questions for Ms. Riley?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Mr. Ali, do you have any questions for Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Now is your opportunity.
My question is, we are driving a commercial vehicle. So this insurance, when I starting for the company, they accept it for commercial. So why you stop the commercial? Why you don't continue on vehicles? So you guys you are suspending some drivers, or you suspending all drivers, or no more Uber Black business? That's my question.
We're not suspending the permits. It's that we need to have the adequate amount of insurance on file for your company so that it equals to what our statutes and laws are in place. So we need to make sure that you have insurance on file with the commission so that we can protect the public. I understand that you are shopping around for insurance. And again, we do give you up to 20 days after the judge issues after the judge issues their decision to get insurance filed with the commission. If you think you will need more time than that, then you can cancel your permit for the time being until you find insurance and then reapply for your permit, and you can keep the same permit number. That doesn't change. We don't recycle permit numbers or anything, but we have to make sure that we are protecting the public and making sure everyone has insurance on file with the commission.
Thank you so much, Ms. Riley. Mr. Ali, does that answer your question?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any additional questions for Ms. Riley?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ali. Okay, next up, Mr. KC, do you have any questions for Ms. Riley?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. KC. And then last, Mr. Bahanikan, any questions?
Yes.
Okay, now's your chance. Please go ahead and ask your questions of Ms. Riley.
Okay, so we have 20 days to update our insurance. That way, our PUC won't revoke. So let's say I don't submit or I don't update my insurance, and my PUC revoked. So if I apply for another PUC number with the same business name, would I get a new one, or I would just suspend it forever?
you can keep the same PUC number. We don't recycle numbers. So if for some reason you did go into a revoked status, when you reapply, you can always keep your same permit number.
What, as long as you updated your insurance, so you get.
Correct. So let's just say, for example, if you unfortunately cannot get your insurance updated within that 20 days time span after the judge issues her decision, and you go into a revoked status, and then you find insurance after that, you will need to go online to our website to reapply. You can keep the same PUC number.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope I explained that well.
You did.
I
You
think
did. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Mr. Burhanican, do you have any additional questions for Ms. Riley?
No.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, all the respondents have been given an opportunity to ask Ms. Riley questions. Ms. Hayden, then, do you have any redirect of Ms. Riley?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for testifying and for your patience, Ms. Riley. If you'd like to be excused, you may, or you can hang out and listen to the rest of it. All right, let me turn now to each of the respondents. As I indicated earlier, you will each be given an opportunity to present your own case and to introduce any exhibits you'd like to have admitted into evidence for my consideration. We will continue in the same order that I have been, and I will ask each of you whether you want to do that. Okay, turning first to Mr. Basnet. Mr. Basnet, do you wish to testify? If you do, now is your chance to present your case and any exhibits you may have.
What's the question again, please?
Mr. It's your opportunity to present your case. So we've concluded the commission's portion, the commission's presentation of its evidence. You've all been given an opportunity to ask any questions you had of Ms. Riley. The commission's case is therefore now ended, and it is the respondent's opportunity to present their cases. So I'm asking you whether you now wish to testify on your behalf, and in doing so, whether you also have any exhibits you wish to admit or seek
No.
to. So you do not wish to testify today to present your own case. Is that correct?
Still, I'm not understanding your question.
Is there anything? Let me just put it as simply as I can. Is there anything else you want the commission to know today? Anything else you want to tell me before I make my decision?
Oh, no.
No. Okay. So okay, Mr. Bassett, that's fine. You don't have to if you have nothing else you want to add. Moving on, Mr. Warsame, is there anything you would like to testify to? Would you like to testify at this time and or present any exhibits into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to testify, but could you give me 5 minutes to park my car and put me at the end of the testifying people?
I can do that. I can come back to you. That's fine, Mr. Warsame. That's fine.
Thank you. Thank
I will
you.
make a note to myself so that I don't forget. And if I do, please remind me. I'm okay. All right, Mr. Rai, do you wish to testify today on your behalf?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so so make notes. Make sure I am asked everybody and I haven't forgotten anyone. All right. Mr. Sherseth, do you wish to testify today?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Now is your opportunity to do so. If you're ready, please proceed.
Okay, do you have the 4 documents I submitted?
Ms. Federico, do you have the documents that Mr. Sherseth
Yes,
submitted?
I see them. Yes, I see them in docs.com.
Okay, great. Go ahead, Mr. Sherseth.
First, I just wanted to apologize for not filing those sooner. I don't know how that happened, that slipped my mind, but I applied for a temporary suspension through the winter. Most of my business since COVID started has been in the summer months, spring, summer, and fall. So I am in the process of applying for temporary suspension. I did extend my insurance through the 4th of November, and I'm not sure that you guys have that information, so I did submit that. And then I have been shut down. My bus has been parked, and I guess that is I just don't want to lose my authority to open up next year. That's why I'm here. And I'm hoping that I can talk with Marquetta and the PC to push through the application for temporary suspension. That's where I'm at. And
Okay.
I apologize for taking up your guys' time with this.
Oh, Mr. Sheriff, please don't apologize. That's what we're here for. Honestly, this is a hearing we have every 2 weeks, and anyone is welcome to appear and present evidence if they so desire. So there's absolutely no need to apologize for that. And Ms. Riley already indicated she has received the suspension application. It was received this morning, so it will go through the process, and I'm sure she'll be contacting you about it, or you may contact her. But you did also indicate you had exhibits that you had uploaded to box.com. Did you want us to look at those, and did you want me to consider them for admission?
I guess if I have the 20 days, we don't need to waste time on that, I guess.
It's up to you. If you want me to consider them, they need to be admitted. Otherwise, I can't look at them. So, and it would take all of a few seconds.
Let's submit them then.
Okay. Ms. Federico, if you'd go ahead and pull them up. Are they marked, Mr. Sherseth?
Yes.
Okay.
They have titles. They're not marked with an exhibit number.
Okay.
I can just retitle them to maybe the 100 block.
That's perfect.
So there's 4 of them. So I'll just open all 4, and then I'll just randomly retitle them to 100 through 104.
Perfect. Thank you. Just let me know when you're ready.
This is the first one. There's 4 total. This is the first one.
And what number have you assigned this one?
I haven't done any of them yet, but I guess this one will be 100.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sherseth, we are looking at what will be marked as hearing exhibit 100. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
This is my petition, my application to suspend through the months from the 5th when my insurance ended through the 31st of May 2024.
Okay, great. All right. Do you wish to have this admitted into evidence, Mr. Sherseth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hayden, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm just going to ask the other respondents globally. Do any other respondents have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 100 rather than going through each of you individually, since this is a co-respondent's exhibit? Does any respondent have any objections? Okay, hearing none, hearing exhibit 100 will be admitted into evidence.
Your Honor, and I'm back, Mr. Osama, whenever you're allowed to be to testify. Thank you.
Okay, I will let you know when it is your turn, Mr. Wasami. Thank you for letting me know. Mr. Sherseth, is there anything else you wanted us to know about hearing exhibit 100?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Next exhibit then, Ms. Federico.
So I'll retitle this one as 101. And Mr. Sherseth, is it okay with you if I, in addition to retitling them to these numbers, if I put like a header on each one saying what number it is?
Yes, that is fine. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Federico. Mr. Sherseth, would you please let us know what we're looking at right now as hearing exhibit 101?
This is just the extension. I extended my insurance through the 4th to be able to serve a client.
Okay. I'm not
And-
seeing that date on there, but I'll be able to look at the whole document later. Oh, thank you. That's very small text for my very old eyes, but thank you, Casey. Okay, anything
And-
else you want us to know about hearing exhibit 101?
No, that is all.
Okay, Ms. Mr. Sherseth, do you want to try and admit hearing exhibit 101?
Yes, could we submit that, please?
Okay. Ms. Hayden, do you have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 101?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Okay, respondents generally, do any of the other 6 respondents in attendance today have any objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 101, which is the insurance extension through November 4th for biodiesel for bans? Okay, hearing none, hearing exhibit 101 will also be admitted without objection. Okay, do you want to do the next exhibit, Mr. Sherseth? Okay, that's up.
This is just the receipt that the PUC has received the request for temporary suspension.
Okay. Ms. Federico, let me just make sure. Is this one going to be marked as 102?
Yes.
Okay. This is, you said it's the receipt from the PUC. Okay. This was the receipt for the filing of the suspension. Okay. Anything else you want us to know about this document, Mr. Sherseth?
No, Your Honor.
Do you wish to admit this into evidence?
Yes, please.
Okay. Ms. Hayden, any objections?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Any of the other 6 respondents, any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 102, which is the receipt Mr. Sherseth received from the PUC for the filing of his application to suspend his authority? Okay, hearing none, hearing exhibit 102 will be admitted into evidence without objection. Okay, one more, Mr.
We don't
Sherseth?
we don't need to do the 4th one.
Okay, so we'll just do, we have 101, 100, 101, and 102 have been admitted into evidence. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add to your testimony, Mr. Sherseth?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much. Ms. Hayden, do you have any questions for Mr. Sherseth?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr.
Go ahead.
Sherseth, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Thank you for attending this insurance proceeding. I understand that you have filed for an application to suspend. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Do you understand that that would be separate from providing insurance to the PUC?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Would you agree that at this time that you don't have proper insurance on file with the PUC?
Yes, and
Okay.
I've suspended all operations.
Thank you, Mr. Sherseth. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. Do any of the other 6 respondents have any questions for Mr. Sherseth? Doesn't sound like it. Okay, Mr. Sherseth, do you have any redirect, anything else you'd like me to know based on what you just heard Ms. Hayden ask you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Sherseth, you then rest your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, turning to our next respondent, Mr. Warsame, you indicated you were ready to go, so I'll come back to you. You wanted to testify? Actually,
yes, Your Honor.
before we do that, you know what I just realized? There's so many, I'm getting a little bit confused. Mr. Sherseth, I'm not sure I swore you in. Ms. Hayden, did I forget to do that?
Your Honor, I don't recall Mr. Sherseth being sworn in.
I don't recall that. I apologize to everybody. It's a lot for me to manage with so many people on the call. So I think I got a little confused. I apologize. Mr. Sherseth, if you will come back on for just a moment, I'm going to just ask you to swear that what you have told me is the truth. Mr. Sherseth? Mr. Sherseth, I need you to come back on the call for a moment. Can you please unmute, please? Well, that's not good. Mr. Sherseth, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Okay, I apologize profusely. This was entirely my fault. I was trying to keep everything balanced and I forgot a very important thing that I needed to do, which was to have you sworn in before you testify. So we're just going to do it in
Retroactively.
at the end of it. If you go ahead, yeah. Mr. Sherseth, if you turn on your camera for just a moment and raise
Yes.
your right hand with me, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you just gave was the truth?
I do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sherseth. And again, I apologize to everybody. I am trying to maintain it all. All right, Mr. Warsame, you are up. Are you ready to testify?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, and before I forget, I'm going to ask you to, if you have a camera, to please turn it on for a moment.
And I don't know
I
how
think
to
he's
do it,
by
but let me
phone.
try.
Okay, Mr. Warsame, if you don't, that's fine. I'm going to trust you. But if you would go ahead and raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this case will be the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Warsame, go ahead. It is your opportunity to testify.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for the commission holding this hearing today. And I just wanted to give little background for the things that could help the hearing today, which is a lot of the limo drivers and a lot of BUC holders in Colorado has been experiencing a very hard time to find a commercial insurance. We had an insurance company that used to provide a lot of the drivers in the state of Colorado, and that that was the agent's name is State Farm, and they have suspended and abruptly, very unexpectedly, and all of the commercial insurance for the drivers, and this has created a lot of confusion, and we did not have enough time to find a different provider, and a lot of us has been trying to shop around, and it's very expensive to find commercial insurance, and with the business right now being very slow, and I would love to suspend my also BUC for the period of like till June 5th, and as I cannot work and pay the expensive required commercial insurance, and so I will be ceasing my all of the operations that I used to do. I do have full coverage with my car, which I have provided to the commission today, and it has begun already on the 4th. So I will not be driving as a limo driver until further notice to the commission. So I would love to request a temporary suspension, and that's what's been happening for a lot of the drivers, and many of the other agencies have been asking sometimes like twice what we used to pay. So we would love to, I personally would love to ask commissions and the judge to be very lenient for us and to give us at least more than 20 days that they say that we have. So, Your Honor, that's what I would say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Warsame. If I understood you correctly, you're interested in getting a suspension, filing for a suspension?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, until June 5th.
Okay. There are ways for you to do that by going onto the PUC website. I think there are forms you can fill out. But I will ask, oh, go ahead. I see, Casey, you have your hand up.
Yes, Mr. Warsame was one of the people I sent a Box.com info to, and there is something in his Box.com folder. So I just wanted to make sure that he and you all knew that if he wanted to move that, I do see it and I can do that. I just need him to let me know if he wants to.
Thank you so much, Ms. Federico, because I did not know that. Mr. Warsame, Ms.
Yes,
Federico has indicated that you have a document that has been put into your Box.com folder. Do you wish to admit that into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the coverage that has begun on the 4th of November, which is a full coverage to satisfy the state law to have insurance for my car.
Okay. It is now up on the screen. This is the document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so this looks like it says Colorado Insurance Identification Card?
That's correct, yes.
And the insured, yeah, you are listed as the insured, Mr. Ahmed Warsami. I see that name now. Ms. Federico, what number will this be given? Will this exhibit be given?
I'll probably retitle it to 200. And Mr. Warsami, you uploaded it in a JPEG. Is it okay with you if I convert it to a PDF and retitle it to Exhibit 200 and add a header marking it as such?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Federico. I so appreciate you taking care of all that. All right, Mr. Warsami, is there anything else you wish us to know about this document? It looks like it shows an effective date of insurance of November 4th of 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else you wish us to know about this?
No, Your Honor.
Do you wish to admit this into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hayden, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 200?
No, Your Honor.
Do any of the other respondents in attendance today have an objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 200, which is the recently obtained insurance card issued to Mr. Warsami? Okay, not hearing any objections. Hearing exhibit 200 will be admitted into evidence without objection. Okay, Mr. Warsami, anything else you want to add or have admitted?
No, that's it, Your Honor. Just wanted to ask if I could get more further time to just rethink, but I will submit that temporary suspension through the website that the commissioner mentioned.
Okay, great. Ms. Hayden, are you ready? Do you have any cross-examination for Mr. Warsame?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Warsame, you have concluded your presentation. All right, moving on. Mr. Ali, you are up. Do you have any testimony or exhibits any testimony you'd like to present or exhibits you'd like to have admitted today?
No, Your Honor.
No? Okay, so you are declining the opportunity to present any testimony or present your case today. It's fine.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. KC, do you wish to testify today? Do you have anything you want me to know?
No.
Okay. Did you have any exhibits you wish to have admitted?
No.
Okay. Lastly, Mr. Bahanikan, do you wish to testify today?
No, I was gonna too, but I mean, I changed my mind. And since we have 20 days, I was just trying to show you that I'm shopping around, and I was just gonna show you. Have this quote that I am getting. So that's the one that I uploaded. So
Okay.
no.
So, okay, you don't have to, but if you want to just put that on the record, I can swear you in and you can state that. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. It just shows
Okay.
that I'm
Do you
shopping
have a
around.
camera you can turn on?
I do not, because I'm using a phone. I mean,
Okay, that's fine
I
too.
joined as a phone call.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Bahanikan. If you could then go ahead and raise your right hand with me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this case will be the truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you want me to know.
Okay, so the file that I uploaded is from Progressive Insurance, and that shows that I'm shopping around. That's a quote that I received yesterday, and I'm still shopping around for commercial.
Did you say you have a document you've uploaded?
I did.
Okay, did you wish to admit that into evidence?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Federico has put it up on the screen. Casey, is this going to be marked as Exhibit 300?
Yes, and sir, is it okay if I retitle it as hearing Exhibit 300 and add a header marking it as so on the document?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Bahanikan, can you please tell us what we're looking at here?
Excuse me, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you tell us what document we're looking at? Can you identify hearing exhibit 300, please?
Okay, it's a commercial auto insurance quote from Progressive for Uphill Limited Services LLC. That's it.
Okay. Do you wish to have this document exhibit 300 admitted into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Hayden, do you have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 300?
No, Your Honor.
Do any of the other 6 respondents in attendance today have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 300? Okay, hearing none, hearing exhibit 300 is admitted into evidence without objection. Okay. Anything else you want to tell us, Mr. Bahanikan?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so you rest your case. Ms. Hayden, do you have any questions for him, for Mr. Bahanikan?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hayden. Do any of the other respondents on this call have any questions for Mr. Bahanikan? Okay, I don't hear any. Okay, we have then given every respondent who is in attendance today an opportunity to present testimony. 3 took that opportunity and have now concluded the presentation of their respondents' cases. It is now staff's opportunity to present any rebuttal evidence that they may have. Ms. Hayden, do you have any rebuttal testimony?
No, Your Honor, not today.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. All right. With that, that concludes the evidentiary portion of this hearing. All right, let me give you a few final statements about what happens next. The next steps from here are that I will be issuing a written recommended decision. As has already been indicated by both Ms. Hayden and Ms. Riley, that decision will not be effective immediately. It will be effective 20 days after the mailing date of the decision, and the decision will have that mailing date on it. So please pay close attention to the mailing date, which will be on the decision. I just want to make sure that everyone has provided us with the correct mailing address, as those will be mailed to you via U.S. mail. So if you had trouble receiving mail from us, please contact the commission and make sure that your addresses are updated. I do want to also state that I do not know when the written decision will be mailed, but rest assured that you will have time after it is issued to take the action you want to take in order to avoid revocation. As I already noted, you will have 20 days from the mailing date to act before the decision is a final decision. You should look for the decision in the next few weeks. It takes me a bit to write it, and then it has to be mailed, and that all takes a bit of time. So 20 days from that mailing date. All right. Is there anything else before we conclude the hearing today? Ms. Hayden?
Nothing from the Department of Law, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else from any respondents? Okay. All right. This will then conclude the hearing. Thank you all for your presentations and your patience. This one lasted a bit longer than normal. I appreciate all your testimony. We will be adjourned. Thank you all. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah, the case of judge give a 20 days for everybody to get insurance.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.